On this time is Fable's Cross My Heart Reimagined. It's a Dabi song, because it's the reimagined version of the previous song. I have absolutely no idea what I'm in for other than, one, Fable's numbers have been absolutely demolished, it sounds like. So everybody's been supporting this phenomenally, which, and a lot of people have said whether or not it is their personal favorite from Fable, in the sense of like what's close to their heart, it is standalone from a production and creation standpoint, his fucking best. So the fact that there are so many people that are able to be objective like that about this song blows me away, because that's something that's not very common. Most of the time it's my favorite because it's my favorite. But the amount of people that are able to recognize that this is just quality through the roof, regardless of personal preference, we're in for a wild goddamn ride. We're in for a wild goddamn ride. So, without further ado, let's hop right into this. As always, link to the original down below. Go support the original release. Go buy some merch. I'm sure Fable will go over everything in this end, but you know how it works. Let's get going. What do we got? Okay. All right, Pain. Good. Produced by Divide, visuals by Jeup.
They don't even know my name. It's been a long road coming.
Fuck you, Fable. All right. Okay, I see what we're doing here. I thought this was a completely new song. I didn't realize... I know it said reimagined, but I thought it was going to keep the same theme of Cross My Heart as Dabi, but be an entirely new song. I didn't realize we were going for a stripped back, painful... Okay.
They don't even know my name. It's been a long road coming. All emotion feels the same. What do I know? I'd rather catch you running.
Ooh. Putting the accent on the running instead of running. Okay.
What do I know? I'd rather catch you running. Cold heat, you won't hear the enemy. I'm the enemy, not your friend.
God.
No sleep till I kill this energy. All these celebrities play pretend.
All right, I'll get to that in a second. God, the same words, the same themes, but changing the atmosphere of it changes so much. It changes it from a rage burning down the city as you are raging against the violence of life and existence, and it turns it into Last Man Standing. From what it feels like, cold and distant. You are alone, and you know you're alone, and this is your last ballad to the universe about your existence. This is your last chance to say anything that may ever make you heard. This is your last chance to say anything and get your thoughts across, and you will have nothing left after this. That's the vibes I'm getting from this already, and this hurts.
No sleep till I kill this energy. All these celebrities play pretend. I'm the leader of the pack, that's right. Feel it burning on my hands tonight. You ain't fine, it's good, it lasts one night. I'm fighting till
How was he able to make that Gone even more emotionally charged than in the first one, than in the original? How? This instrumental is gorgeous, by the way. Was it partially produced by Divide? Was it mixed by Fable, vocal performance, songwriting? It was fully produced by Divide, co-produced by Fable. Okay, got it. Okay. God, how can you make this hurt so much more than the original one?
I'll fight until
Like that one, like that gone. That one, like that hurt in the original because like all of the energy was sucked out of the track. Everything happened. It was there was a pause on the energy. And then everything then the next lines came in and then everything kicked in. Here, this just builds it. Everything is once again sucked out. All of the air is sucked out of the room and you are waiting. You are just the only thing you can do is wait in silence. Time is frozen for the next line to come in.
I know
God.
it's wrong, so cold, I tried, no hope, I hope,
All right.
I hope,
Ooh, ooh, playing with that.
I hope, yeah. Cross my heart, I lost my soul. I let my demons in and they took control. I burned 1,000 lives if it made me whole. They tried to take my life and it made me cold. Through the day, through the night, the abuse through my life made me numb. You can't save me, I won't be alright. So now it's cross my heart, I lost my soul. I let my demons in and they took control.
Now I'm interested to see that was like just once again just the change in delivery to slow that down a bit. It's no longer that steamrolling energy that the previous song had. This one is like you've lost. You've lost and you've realized that there is so much that you don't have and you want to achieve but you never will be able to. You can't feel like you like lost out on a childhood, lost out on parts of your life, and you don't know how to handle it. And you don't know how to 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 process it. And it's just
Blue heat when you see me, scarred deep from
ooh, okay. But like just I just
demons in and they took control.
like I don't know how to
Blue heat when you see me, scarred deep from my past.
because you got to slow it down a bit because the tempo's not as kicked up as before. So I was wondering how he was going to do the rap part. He was going to make it more melodic.
Blue heat when you see me, scarred deep from my past. Yeah, I make it look easy, but I'll make sure it lasts. They don't want to defeat me. Come and take off your mask. Feel my anger increasing. Think I'll turn it to ash. Shigaraki's not the captain. I just sit back and let it all happen. Murder's my passion. You just keep acting. Burn you like acid. I am a dragon.
Okay, so we're kicking it up.
You won't be lasting when I'm in action. They say it's tragic. I'm just an addict. Look at my scars. My fate was old fashioned. Fuck this shit.
Why did you do a beat dismissal right before you go insane, Fable? God, you guys know exactly what you're doing, and that blows me away every time. Is from a production standpoint, from an overall musical standpoint, not only is this one of my favorite things that I've heard from Fable. Like, and I'm going to be completely honest. This is one of my favorite things I've heard from Fable due to the different feel that it gives. Because you feel like you know it. You feel like you know the song. Because it's a reimagining of something previous. So there's that little bit of your brain that is like, I know this. So I can help, I can perform with it, I can do this with it, I know where it's gonna go. But then there's enough of the theme where that is still present, where you're like, okay, I still know how this is going. This is still a Dabi song, even though it's reimagined. This is still, the same energy. But then you realize it's so much more controlled. It's less burning fire, rage everywhere. It's less of an uncontrollable. That's probably one of the best ways I can think of to phrase that. It's less than an uncontrollable wildfire tearing through a city, and it's more of a very controlled burn. It's a very controlled, I don't want to say welder's torch because that doesn't come across with how intense the fire can be, but like it's full control, full like, oh my god.
Tragic, I'm just an addict. Look at my scars, my fate was old fashioned.
That-
Fuck this city, fuck this song, fuck your pity, fuck these wrongs. Just keep sitting on your jaw. It's so fitting, you're all full. I am so fitting with you. Burn down the city and blow. Let's just come true. Stuck to the lake like it's flow. One of the chosen to do. Only the sound for now.
God, wow.
It's wrong.
There was so much energy in that. That was insane. To have that in such a, to have that type of energy in such a stripped back version of a song. And I don't even want to say this is a stripped back version. This is just a different style, the reimagining. To have that kind of anger and passion in your voice.
Stuck to the lake like it's flow. One of the chosen to do. Only the sound for now.
That gone is fucking pain. And for that to work so well in such an instrumental or like orchestral instrumental rather, where this could never be a one-man song. Like this could never be someone showing up with a laptop and plugging it in and going. Not that there's anything wrong with people who perform like that. That is a completely valid way to perform. But much like a lot of Fable's music, that it lends itself more to the rock elements and the instrumental elements, that I feel like this needs a band. Like this needs live performance.
It's wrong, so cold, like night, no hope. I hold. Cross my heart, I lost my soul. I let my demons in and they took control. I burned 1,000 lives if it made me whole. They tried to take my life and it made me cold.
Also, there's a lot of layering I'm hearing here.
They took control. I burned 1,000 lives if it made me whole. They tried to take my
How many layers are on the vocals here?
made me cold through the day, through the night. The abuse through my life made me numb. You can save me, I won't be alright. So now it's crossed my heart, I lost my soul. I let my demons in and they took control. Crossed my heart, I lost my soul. I let my demons in and they took control. I burned 1,000 lives if it made me whole. They tried to take my life and it made me cold. Through the day, through the night, the abuse through my life made me numb. You can't save me, I won't be alright. So now it's crossed my heart, I lost my soul. I let my demons in and they took control.
Holy shit. How do you get that much emotion in an already emotionally charged song to this degree? How do you take what you already feel like is the pinnacle of the emotion you can feel in this song and then just say that that was just the starting point? How can you take the pain and I think that's really what it is the change between the pain of an individual lashing out against the world, feeling like they are lost and no one can hear them in the void of their own experience, versus having a choir almost all in unison sharing the experience and realizing how many people can be affected by the same thing. Like, that's not the right way to push it, but also like the visual of the hands reaching out, whether that be to burn or for help. How can you
I lost my soul. I let my demons in and they
like the emphasis on the strings here is something that I hear a lot in music when it comes to actual like emphasis on vocals. Is they get more strings, they get more piano, they get more they get more of the less intense instruments that are merely there as a a line for the vocals to be accented off of. And then to have that little piano bit at the end. To have this. Oh my god. That's insane. That I agree. Regardless of whether this is now my favorite Fable song and will show up on my Spotify 2022 Wrapped as my #1 song or anything like that, from a purely objective standpoint, like without like personal bias, I think this is one of Fable's best tracks ever. And the fact that he is able to continually level up, as we keep saying, and grow the team, because that's a big thing as well, is growing the team around him so that he's able to focus more on what he wants to focus on instead of having to be a jack of all trades. Not that there's anything wrong with doing it all yourself, but many individuals who pump out such high quality content on such a insane basis, to avoid burnout, it's best if they divvy up the work to other specialists. And it's really nice to see that coming into the nerdcore scene now, is a lot of people up on the higher. I don't want to say higher echelon, because that's not how that works, but you guys know what I mean. Being able to split that work, being able to, and you can see the difference in quality. Not because they were bad by any regards. Like, not that they didn't know what they were doing, but the fact that they're able to put all of their time and energy into their part instead of spreading it all over a bunch of different ones. That's crazy. Oh my god.